Napoli open to including Victor Osimhen in negotiations with Chelsea to get the services of Romelu Lukaku, and Chelsea launch the new away kit. Now let's dive right into it. You're welcome to the show. Let's go. Napoli, it seems, according to Fabrizio Romano, are open to including Victor Osimhen in negotiations with Chelsea to get um, Romelu Lukaku. Now, for me, this is the kind of deal that you don't think twice about. You rush and you snatch the hands of Napoli off their shoulders. This could mean you Lukaku plus maybe 40 million pounds or 50 million pounds and get the services of one of Europe's premier strikers, Victor Osimhen. Now, I don't know what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section. For me, I feel this is the layups of layups, the most obvious deals, or at least one of the most obvious deals in this transfer window. Napoli, since they signed Antonio Conte as the new manager, as the new head coach, it's been clear as day that they would want Romelu Lukaku. He worked with him at Inter Milan, and they had a good relationship. They won Scudetto together, and it was amazing for both of them. Now Chelsea want a striker. Chelsea needs a striker. Jackson had a fairly decent end to the last season. Gu has come on and it looked decent with his pressure and his running in. But to actually get the top four, to actually get that fourth spot or third spot, you need a premier striker that would take those chances. Like when I went back to rewatch the Chelsea Celtic game, I saw a lot of chances that were missed. We had like was it 10 shot on target with no one able to finish their food, to finish their meal. And you have a striker like Victor Osimhen that has his idol as DJ Drogba. The pictures of him revealed wearing a Chelsea jersey as a young lad, as a kid, and now he wants to leave Napoli. Lukaku wants to join Conte. Conte wants Lukaku. Napoli now have sort of, bought into the desires of Conte. They want to get Lukaku. Their reports say they've already agreed the 3-year contract with Lukaku. There have been reports that Lukaku is willing to take a sort of a salary cut, a cut in the salary to ensure that the move to Napoli is made and completed. So what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? And if indeed this news is real and accurate, each time Fabrizio Romano speaks about transfers, more often than not, is accurate. So maybe we should take it that it's accurate. But if indeed it's accurate that Napoli are willing to include, Victor Osimhen in the deal to ensure they get Romelu Lukaku, this is something we must take. This is something the club must do. Now, a lot of people are going to talk about wage structure. Victor Osimhen will be earning upwards of £200,000 a week. But you're getting Romelu Lukaku off the books, who's at the moment earning £300,000+ a week. So you get him off your books. The striker wants to leave. The report that he's returning to Cobham to train while the rest of the squad are in America. So that tells you how things have gone. I wanted Lukaku to work at Chelsea, but for whatever reason, it hasn't worked. For whatever reason, it hasn't worked. So he wants to go to Napoli. Conte wants him. Napoli are willing to do all they can to ensure they get him. And now with this news that they're willing to add, Victor Osimhen to sweeten the pot, then this is something we must grab, even if it means 50 million plus Romelu Lukaku to get Victor Osimhen. Fine, it should be done. Because one thing people don't know about Victor Osimhen is he's not just an ordinary striker; he is a warrior, and we haven't had that since Diego Costa. We had Didier Drogba, then we had Diego Costa, and ever since we've not had that striker with the warrior mentality. And people say he doesn't suit um, Enzo Maresca's tactical philosophy. To those people, I say, you haven't watched Victor Osimhen play. You're just listening to a bunch of people that don't know anything about the player. I have worked with Victor Osimhen since he was 17 years old, since he played for the under 17 side, the under 17 national side for Nigeria. I've watched him play. So there's nothing you are going to tell me about Victor Osimhen that I don't already know. And if you're lying to me about Victor Osimhen, I would know. And if you're just waffling, I would know as well. Victor Osimhen, he went to Wolfsburg. First of all, on under 17, he played very well for the Golden Eagles. Scored the goals. I think he was the leading scorer in the tournament. And then he went to Wolfsburg right afterwards. As a young kid, he struggled at Wolfsburg, didn't get much playing time anyways. And then he made his move to Charleroi. At Charleroi, he played very, very well. Double goals and assists. He went to Lille, carrying Lille on his back as a teenager still. Got to the Champions League, scored against Chelsea, if you could remember. Did the same thing again. Double goals and assists by the time he left Lille. Went to Napoli, been improved year on year, year on year, year on year. And he took Napoli. Once again, I tell people Napoli is a club with rich tradition, rich history, rich culture, but they are not perennial title challengers in Italy, in the Serie A. They haven't been for the past 3 decades. They haven't been up until 2 seasons ago. They haven't been. But he carried this team on his back. Can you imagine, Harry Kane doing that with a Spurs, or Olu Watkins doing that with an Aston Villa? Can you imagine the hype that would be around him? He did that. Carried the team on his back, led them to the Scudetto, won the Scudetto title. And then this last season that people are trying to give him grief for, he was at the African Cup of Nations, led the team to the final, got back, and he played only 25 games and scored 15 league goals, 25 Serie A games and scored 15 league goals with 2 assists. And that was a terrible season by his standards. Terrible season in terms of goal scoring output. And when you give context, he didn't play up to 30 games. He played 25 games. So you can imagine if he had played 30 games, maybe he's giving you 20 plus goals. And one more thing, I know I've mentioned this earlier. He is a warrior, guys. When he's not scoring, he's making life unbearable for the opposition defense. He can drop into midfield. He can run the channels. He has very good link-up play, but people just waffle. People just, jump on whatever train, whatever people are saying, whatever sort of big YouTube accounts or big X accounts say. They jump on the train without knowing so much about the player. But like I said, I've watched Victor Osimhen play for Napoli. I've watched him play for Lille. I've watched him play for Charleroi in Belgium. I've watched him throughout his career. So there's nothing you're going to tell me. He's a phenomenal signing. Mentality-wise, he's a mentality monster. He plays with intensity. And is one of those superstars that press as a matter of fact. As a matter of course, naturally, as Jose Mourinho would say, pressing is his natural habitat. He doesn't need to be cajoled. Doesn't need to be forced. The manager doesn't need to force him. Need to have a special conversation with him to do it. He does it naturally. Plus, he would get you goals. So if this happens, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. This would be a deal that can, on its own, guarantee a top 4 finish. And you give the likes of Nicholas Jackson and the likes of McGill a striker to learn off of, someone who's experienced, someone who has been there, done it, and won the T-shirt. So those are my thoughts on it. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. So let's go on to second and final topic. Chelsea launches a new away kit. For me, instantly, love the kit. Beautiful, beautiful kit. I ask myself, why couldn't Nike and whoever else makes a decision as to the look of the jerseys make the home kit this way? Simple, no, not overly worked, not no so much of bells and whistles, but beautiful, simple. Sometimes in life, less is more. Don't overcomplicate things. And I think they overcomplicated things with the home kit. But the away kit, for me, beautiful, beautiful kit. I think that's one I will be getting. That's one I will be rocking. And I would advise you, if you're buying any of the kits, well, if you want to buy the home kit, that's fine, no problem. But if you were to take my word for it, if you'd ask me, Google, which should I get? The away kit. Now that's the jersey you should get. Now, with this, I've come to the end of today's video, and I hope to see you on yet another video. So I'll say bye bye and have a splendid rest of your day. Stay blessed.